Sometimes you don't get to stop. However, you need to, and you need to learn how to have your life and balance it with your work. Hi, I'm Becky. So excited and honored to be here. I've had the privilege now, this is my second time being on TomX, and I'm going to talk about the hustle. And sometimes the hustle isn't just working on things in life that you enjoy doing. Sometimes it means doing the things that you don't, so you can do all the things that you love. Every day, the hustle, every freaking day. It's not just work. Sometimes I think we just attribute that word to like just working and grinding and doing the same thing over and over again, like in a hamster wheel. But really, it's also about your life, because if you can't give it all in your life and with your family and with your friends and with yourself, you're gonna actually burn out in work. Sometimes you don't get to stop. However, you need to, and you need to learn how to have your life and balance it with your work. All right, do you think work-life balance exists, or is that just a fad thing we say? I think it's a fad thing half the time. I think a lot of times it's a very popular thing right now, especially in business culture, to say we have work-life balance. But I think really people don't know what the hell that even means. I was talking to a good colleague of mine, and one of the things he mentioned, and I thought it really had relevance to me and kind of what we're going to speak about today, and really made me reflect about how we live our lives, is it's called the 4-burner theory. You have your family, your career, your social, and your health, okay? There's 100% of you every day. Every day you wake up with the same 100%. So when you hear people say they give 120% at work, that's bullshit, and you can tell them you're lying. Because you only have 100%. You have 100% of what you get to give every single day. So if I'm busting my ass at work and doing 90%, giving all of what I have at work, and then I come home and I have 10% left to give my family, that's a pretty shitty split. All right? Now sometimes in life, obviously, and some of you can relate, I've had this happen with a few colleagues of mine who, they've had to take time out from their business. They've had to maybe turn that burner down a little bit and focus more on maybe a spouse who's going through a health crisis, or through kids that are, going through some challenges, or just other things in their life. And that's okay. But when somebody says they give 110% at work, it's bullshit, they're lying. You do not give 110% at work, you only have 100% every day. So how many in this room are a year in business or less? Who's in a year in business or less? Congratulations, that's freaking awesome. Who's 6 months or less? That's still a lot of you in this room. Okay, so I don't know if you have a business plan. I would encourage you to work on one by the end of the week, or at least have kind of the outlines or the skeleton of that for by the end of the week. But the majority of us in this room, especially all of us in coaching, we all have a business plan. But do you have a life plan? Do you have a plan that really, like the goals for your life, the goals for what you want to achieve, the goals for your accomplishments? Because I'll tell you what, I've always had more of a goal-setting mindset as far as my life goes versus my business. And what I set forth for my life is how my business plan then gets implemented around it. Does that make sense? It's not my business plan. It's not like I'm going to sell just a crap ton of houses, and then when I sell a crap ton of houses, I can buy a bunch of shit. I'm telling the truth. When the market's good, you see a lot of realtors on Facebook posting all their cool new shit. Isn't that awesome? I know. They buy their cars and their houses, and I'm like, okay, I have lived through that recession, thank you. I pocket that and save it. It's in a bank. That's where mine is right now. Or our safe, I guess. So anyhow, I would encourage you. Do you have a life plan? Do you think about these things that you want to further for your life? We all are in charge of our own design for our life. Just getting back to, it's a life by design. It truly is. But the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of us in this room that are pretty shitty designers, because we're leaving it up to default and not by choice. You have to choose. You get to choose. It's kind of awesome, actually, to choose how you want to go. I'm a college dropout. I only went to school for 1 year. And then I got married at 19 and kind of had random weird jobs because you're 20, so what do? You have random weird jobs. And found my way into real estate through one of my random weird jobs, and always got kind of plugged in right away with some of the design aspects. And some of the crazy goals that I set for my life when I was 22 years old, oh, God bless myself, I was an idiot. Like, I thought I was gonna have millions of dollars by the time I was like 25, which is super cute. Did not happen. Edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. It's, after all, your masterpiece. You get to choose how you want to live, and you get to design that. And so if you want to re-edit things, you get to do that. How many of us are from Seattle? The best state ever, I know. Okay, so the Seattle Sounders, I don't play soccer. God bless you if you play soccer or if you love soccer. I'm more about like real football, where they throw the ball, not where they kick it, right? But the Seattle Sounders, it's pretty amazing. If you've ever gone to a Sounders match, it is the most intense, crazy, awesome, amazing, amazing atmosphere. And what they charge, what they put as far as a charge to kind of like all the fans out there was to give their full 90. So all the fans, you give your full 90. You put everything that you have as that participating member watching what's going on the match. You give it all for the team. And if you give it all for the team is going to give it all and leave it all on the field. They're going to work real hard. They're going to kick ass. They're going to do great. Now this year they haven't done so good, so honestly, all of us are sucking as fans. We're not giving them our full 90. But here was the charge. This isn't about simply cheering at a soccer game. No, this is about 90 minutes of total fan immersion. It's a full body, blood rushing, primal screaming, drum banging, confetti throwing, song singing, professional soccer experience. It's whipping, it's now like 60,000 of your newest friends into an obsessive, whirling frenzy. This is leaving each game as exhausted as the players. Do we ask our players to play half the game? No. Then why would we ask less of you, Seattle? Give your full 90. What's badass about that is that if you think about it for business, how many times do I give my full 90 at work? I give like a good full 30 sometimes. Maybe I give like a quarter. I don't give my full. I don't give my all. I don't put it all in there. Now, the days that I do, and for those of you who can relate, the days that you put in your full effort and your full 90 and you give it all, don't you go home and feel freaking amazing? You know when you've been a badass and you've done everything. And then guess what? When you've left it all and you've given your full 90 at work, you're able to either go home or go with your friends, go for yourself, and give it all. And you get to give back. Because you're not then making up for lost time that you didn't take advantage of at work. There's a lot of us who take our work home with us because we just don't do it and don't give it all when we get that opportunity. So if we go back to the kind of that four-burner theory of life, the four-burner theory for realtors. You got prospecting, you've got appointments, contracts, and closing. What we do, guys, is not rocket science. We really just sell houses, okay? We find the clients, we help them solidify a house, or we help them market their house, we get contracts, and we close. That's all we do. I think we make our job way more complicated because it makes us feel awesome to make it more complicated. It's not more complicated. Those are the four things that we are supposed to do every freaking day. If you just focused on prospecting, setting appointments, getting contracts, and closing every single day, would you have more money, yes or no? Yeah, you'd have a whole hell of a lot more money, because that's your job. And you just got to do that every freaking day. So we all have the same amount of time, all right? So I have 24 hours in a day. You have 24 hours in a day. We have 365 days a year. And one of my fun visuals is we all have the same amount of time in a day as Beyonce. Yes, we do. Beyonce has 24 hours in her day. She did not make any extras. She is, in fact, if anything, she's 35 years old. She's 1 year older than me. She debuted her solo album in 2003, the same year I got into real estate. So yes, I'm comparing myself to Beyonce. I know, it's a moment right now, you guys. What? I know. And she sold over 100 million records, has 20 Grammys, and in 2015 was Forbes' most powerful female in entertainment. Okay, so in 13 years, granted, she's got like crazy, amazing talent, but she also has a shit ton of hustle. Because I know more than a few aspiring artists or musicians or actors, and they're super talented, but they lack the hustle. They're never gonna get to be Beyonce. Like, sorry, I hate to break their dream, but they're not, because they don't hustle it. They don't make it happen. And the crazy thing is, we all have the same amount of time every frickin' day. We each get 24 hours. It's how we use our 24 hours every day. We all get 365 days a year. No one's special. We didn't get extra time. It's how you delegate, how you use your time. Here's the deal. Scheduled versus spontaneous. If you live just in the moment, which sounds really exciting, it sounds super romantic to be spontaneous all the time. Like, oh my God, I don't have anything to do. Let's just go be spontaneous. Congratulations. You don't have the power. You're not living by design like somebody who is more scheduled. Somebody who has a schedule is actually staying on top of really is more in charge of their destiny because they get to decide what they are going to do. Now, sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's boring to do the same thing every freaking day. That's pretty much a mantra that we should all just adopt. Sometimes doing the scheduled thing isn't glamorous, it's not glorious, it's not sexy. It's doing the same damn thing every freaking day. But the fact of the matter is that if you do the same damn thing every single day, if you prospect and set appointments and get a contract and close, and you set appointments and you get a contract and you close every freaking day, you're gonna have killer results. Now, I set big, cool goals. I mean, my team, you saw, my team is not, I don't have the largest team. It's me and my buyer's agent who's here, and my assistant and TC, a transaction coordinator. And my team knows, like, our goal was to close 100 transactions this year, which we are gonna far exceed because we're already at like 85, so we're gonna way overdo that. But the goal is, if we get to 130, thank you. I'm kind of proud of my damn self too, thanks. If we get to 130, that was kind of our new goal is like, okay, we do 130, we all know, my team knows, we're all going to Hawaii. That means me, my husband, their husbands, we're gonna all go, and I mean, I'm already taking my family. That was the thing, I set that goal with my family, so my kids knew why mom works her ass off. So my kids know. Every day I come home, if I hit 100 transactions, they knew we're going to Hawaii. Okay, so we already booked it because we're gonna do that. And my son, every day, Mom, did you sell more houses? Mom, did you sell like 6 today? No, I didn't freaking sell 6 today. No, I did not do 6. You're adorable. No, I did not do that. But they know, they get invested, they're bought in, they're sold out. They can't wait to go to Hawaii. That's the whole purpose. That's why they get so stoked that mom works so hard. In conclusion, we all walk that same tightrope, all right? I'm not better at it or anything just because I'm up here speaking. We all walk on that tightrope. We all have life in one hand, we all have business in the other. Obviously, if you hold on too much to your business and forget about the life aspect, you're gonna fall, because you'll be off kilter. Something somewhere in your life is gonna get messed up. So I encourage you to go back to that 4-burner theory and think about how you're allocating your time, how you're allocating your energy, how you're letting that burner go. I would encourage you to also give your full 90. Give your full frickin' 90. These guys, think about that. The commitment, dedication, the practice of skills, what they have to do day in and day out, like football players. If you're a Seahawks fan, you watch them on Instagram, you know what they're doing. They have to hustle their butts off for a 90-minute match. Just that's it. That's all they're playing for. It's just that 90-minute match every week. So every week, focus on your 90. Maybe you focus on your listing appointment and you give it your full freaking 90. Or maybe you're going up for a really amazing new buyer and you give it your full 90. Or you're getting something new, a new opportunity. Give it your full damn 90. Don't be a half-ass and give 30. That's lame. And then finally, hustle. Just hustle your ass off. Hustle hard. Be a badass. Be a baller. Be awesome. That's all.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. We have a number of events coming up, and we'd love to have you there. Visit tomferry.com/events and reserve your spot today.